Hello and welcome to this playthrough of Factorio, where I am building a megabase on Earth. I am using a mod, Cities of Earth, focusing on the Old World Hemisphere. My goal is to reach 10,000 science per minute with a rail-based design. The resources are set to maximum size and density, and biters and pollution are turned off. The mod list is shown in the description, as well as a link to my Twitch channel, High Speed. Please come visit me there. Questions and comments are welcome. Thank you for watching. I could feed the coal way up there. I'll fiddle with that later. Let's update this. Who is consuming petrol? Coal and sulfur. That's wrong. You are going to be throttled by whether or not I have enough oil. Oh, I forgot to get this out. Don't like this. Might not need that pump at all. Mm. All right. That's okay. I don't like that tank sticking me out that far. But I don't see a way for me to tuck it in and still, because if this is, I mean, that's where I actually want to put that thing. That doesn't actually solve my problem, though. Because that water's in the way, and so that can't come across until here. Which would cause that one to stick out. Which would stick that out even farther. Maybe where the tank goes is right here. And we'll see how you guys deal with that. Now that does allow me to move this higher up if I need to, which I'm seriously thinking of doing. How much space do I have to move this? Because you are right now at the edge of that. I can't cross that with this, so I can move this up to here. If I were going to move this, I would be moving it to just to leave a gap of one just for how it would look. So I'd be moving this up one. I'm willing to do that. And that's why I work in Ghost. Make sure I didn't move any power poles. This no longer reaches. I must have missed these. Or this has to come out one. And now you're in the way. This is water. Water still reaches. So the one place where these two peel off causes a conflict. If I move it, then all of these no longer reach. If I swap these, because I've extended this. But it is what I want to do. None of you line up with anything I want to do. But it fixes this horrible solution. No, it doesn't. Doesn't fix anything like that. Makes every situation worse, including this one. Why am I doing this? This is a dumb thing to do. I'm going to undo all that. All right, so now we're putting water back on the northernmost one. And we're going to put it as priority, and then we'll just work the oil around it. Change my mind on that. Oh, where is the sulfuric acid used? Oh, it's used in batteries as well. That's right. I put batteries right here. Brah. Brah. Now the only challenge is oil. What? The heck did I do there? How am I going to get oil in here without it being a shit show? I can do that, which is quite the shit show. That's probably as good as it's going to get. So I may do this differently here. So I may feed this coal in early. I may feed the coal in from over here. If I bring the coal in, because this is technically all part of the bus, I don't need all this dead space. And I'm making use of this for the pipes simply because I'm not going to put anything else there because there's power poles and railroad ports there. But I could run coal here and then just simply split it. I mean, I've got this 3-to-1 splitter here, which is kind of awkward, but just go like that, go like that, go like that. And then just run coal somewhere along there. And might as well do it now. Might as well bring it one higher. So you're going to do some sort of balancing. I'm going to revert what I had here back to what I had before, which is to do that. Just simply get coal out of my way. Great, move this back down. Be consistent about where the underbelts are. Low density structures are here, so some of this plastic is going this way. Doesn't need to be this far out anymore, though. Hmm. Yeah, this'll work. Don't like this inconsistency, but I don't have a choice. I don't have the space for anything else. This is shit, and I do not like it. I'll take that instead. How much plastic do these LDSs need in terms of belts? It needs 0.6 of a belt. So each one of these needs 0.3. I'm in good shape there. For those who are visiting, I'm a full-time streamer right now. All of last year, as far as I can go in this year, I'm going to continue. Tuesdays are my day off. I'm going to stream today for about another 5 hours or so. Been at this for what, 8? But this is what I do. It's what I love. So I'm going to keep doing it. I'm converting what was a Logibot-based network. This was sucking up about 1,000 bots to build this, to build satellites. And it was just crazy. When I put these online is when my UPS dropped. Taking this to belts, I'm hoping if I replace that in all 3 places that I will have better performance. And this is part of the funnest part of the game for me. Is this engineering puzzle type thing. Not just solving an engineering puzzle, but making it pretty. And it's not just pretty for the sake of pretty. It's pretty so that other people can understand it. Because I'm going to eventually share these blueprints with other people. And if somebody on my Discord asks a question about one of my blueprints, then I feel that I haven't done my blueprints properly. Because they shouldn't need me to go, oh yeah, this needs to be that. Should be marked. Maybe it's in the description, maybe a comment. But if you're a Factorio player, you should be able to look at a blueprint and know how to hook it up and understand the implications of changes. Eventually. It should be clear where things go and not some hidden little belt twisted inside of another thing that, oh yeah, you missed that. Well, then I, as a creative engineer, have failed. Just running this in the back like that is a bit challenging for me because you might not notice that. But putting it in the back clears up a lot of space up front that makes it less cluttered up here. Now I may, because these got twisted around, rotated, this rocket fuel is now upside down from where it should be. So if I didn't do a horrible thing here, which I probably did. Oh, this song gets loud. Hope you don't mind. So that was the stupid thing to do. And now I have to undo all that and do it again. Told you it got loud. It'll eventually get placed and I'll fix it. Good. Now, low density structures are going all the way to here. There's questions as to whether or not I'm going to feed it this way. Oh, there's rocket fuel. So those blue circuits that I just put over there, I've got the belt all the way over here. I don't necessarily need a power pole here. What did I just lose? How badly do I need this? Without this here, I'm here and I can't build this. So I need this here. Do I need this here? Because what I actually need to pass through here is one belt. So this could all move. Let me keep this intact for now. And move all this. Let me correct this so that I don't lose it. Because that's as tight as that can be. But no, I can't do that. Well, I mean, I can. It's just that I need to... Tell you what, let me save this off. Keep it simple here. Two for an in, three for an out. Excuse me. Can this move one more if I need it to? Nope. Kind of makes a definitive stance there for that iron belt, doesn't it? So back to this. That would put this here. And if this were here, it would really not go well for me. So here's a question. Is there any spot in this set where this is acceptable? So if I do this, here or here, I have room for either one. That's valid. So if I grab all of this, put down the power pole and the robo port, and use that as a key to align the placement of this. Get rid of that one because I don't need it. That's still connected. Good. This is no longer connected. That's not good. So now what I'm saying is that inputs are this long, and therefore I want my outputs to be one longer so that they stand out to me. Now I could move this whole thing down one if I needed to. So if I need one more gap here, I can. So that's flexibility right there. Yeah. So what I'm thinking about is who's going to get the underbelt and who's going to get the straight belt, right? If this is an iron belt, I'm thinking that the majority of my bus is going to get overbelt priority. And that will provide for a nice visual appearance of saying, this is what's on the bus. So horizontal will have priority, although when I look at what I did here, I gave vertical priority. So probably not going to do that now that I think about it. Probably going to end up doing this with my main bus. I just arbitrarily chose this spot to put those, and that's slightly off. I'll figure that out later. You're an output, therefore you get one longer. There. Now, the batteries have to go to accumulators. That's this. Also, I'm done with that. Thank you. Alrighty then. And accumulators have to come down to the satellite. So there's the chance that I put accumulators up here, or I stick them in between here. What do you need? What do you get? Just heard this song. Now, this also means that I don't have to have these batteries come back out here. If I put these next to them, and that's going to be creating a rather long walk for this acid. But I could look for the next alignment point here and split these, because other than the acid, I don't need these next to each other. So I could put the accumulators here if I actually move that far enough out of the way. Given that distance, this is getting a pump. Might even get a tank. Might get only a tank. Not really a fan. Now back to this. Where do you go here? So I need to move it down one in order to be able to get down. If I move it down one, that doesn't work at all. But that is the battery output, or the battery input. If I'm willing to take this and feed this from the other side, around the other side, if I can get the batteries out this way, I know I can get them out this way. But it's going to be 4 stacks of batteries. And this, I did not have room for 4 stacks of batteries. Now, how many belts of batteries is this battery plant going to generate? It's going to generate 0.8. So each of these generates 0.2 belts of battery. Which means that I could just do this. Assuming I'm willing to crush that. I kind of have to do it here. So I was thinking, well, what if I put it along here? And the challenge there is that I have no way to get it across there and not have it screw me. So it kind of has to be this. Oops. That. That's going to put them all on the one side, and I don't want that. Not liking that much at all. I have no reason not to move this out here, or do I? How far can I move this? So let's assume that I get rid of the batteries, and that they come in from the other side, or on the other side. I can move this. If I get rid of this, I can move this 1, 2, and that's it. So if I move this whole thing 2, I can back the pipe off 2. Not that I want to. I could adopt this philosophy on this. Oh, faceless. Get out of the way. Reach, why did you go offline? No raid? Okay. Still think it's a good habit to always raid somebody. Pick somebody. I mean, it's how you build friends. It's one way you can build friends. This is confusing. I'm not going to do this. Everybody needs raid practice, especially the Vikings. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I got to finish this part. Ooh, Humba spitting the advice. Well, I was actually thinking you raid somebody else. I mean, I've mentioned that in the past, and Reach's point is quite valid. A lot of our audience overlaps. But I'm looking over here at Rocker Gamer, ROKKOR. I'm watching him. He's got 21 people. 2 or 3 people added onto that, or 6, or whatever it was you had. It's a good way to get going. The big thing it does is it gets your ego out of the way. Oh, I'm too small to raid. I get people who have got 1 viewer who raid me, and I'm happy to have them. and they're happy to have somebody to raid. And I've seen people who are streaming to 1,000 people and get 10 people raid them. The raid of 10 people, and they acknowledge it and they thank them. And that's just fantastic as far as I'm concerned. Because Twitch doesn't do a good job of taking care of its community, so we will. All right, so the purpose of that was to clear out this front because you need batteries. Well, that didn't work. Yeah, if Neil House is somebody that you wanted to send your viewers to, I mean, Mike Latt, he's got 69 people. I don't see Neil House even streaming, though. I mean, he might be streaming, he's off my list, but Wearizations, I don't know anything about him. 12 people. Zaspar, 24 people. I think Zaspar's doing speedrun stuff, though. Oops, didn't want to do that. That was the wrong one. And by the way, the reason I know about these people is because I've done those raids. Wait a minute. I've only got 2 of these. Okay. Still thinking I want to pull it out one. I might pull it out one. Hey, Humba, you're right, and I am planning on doing some speed running in the future. So full build though. These are accumulators. And I am capable of being a dirty, filthy pig and just dumping things on the ground. That doesn't mean I want to. I've got visitors. Hey, Rocker Gaming, we were just talking about you, Rocker. Welcome. How are you enjoying Factorio? Yeah, we were wondering if you were enjoying it. You're going back at it after launching a rocket, and it's like, oh, I just gave a shout out. When did I just give a shout out? It says I have to wait 59 minutes 58 seconds to give a shout out. What? That's a flaw. All right, let me give you a welcome at least. Oh, I thought it said, oh, that's right. You finished the tutorial. That's what your caption says. Finished tutorial. Now getting into it. Yeah, yeah. Stroopy, hello. Oh, is there a... oh, did Humba beat me to the shout-out? Huh. I don't see it. Yeah, you did. So far, you're ahead, Humba. I'll tell Mucky to give you, to order some extra red sauce on your next chicken parmy. That'll be the bonus for 2024. That'll be your tip and your shaft. Uh, so, Rocker, if you have questions, feel free to ask. Or if you have suggestions or ideas, I try to keep my stuff pretty straightforward, but sometimes I have to use some rather complicated things. I play so much that I sometimes will overlook the smallest things, and people are like, "Hey, you didn't do this." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot to do that." So don't be shy. Oh, I didn't give you a tour. Well, I'm playing on Earth, and Stroopy, thanks for the follow. You got a wagon named after you. You are a rail wagon feeding purple science. That's okay, Rocker. I'll be back. Well, not tomorrow. Wednesday during the day, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Tuesday is my day off. But yeah, I'm doing a MegaBase, which means that I have these massive builds for launching rockets, and an even more massive build for doing science parts. This is making red circuits, or red things. And then I just rebuilt this array for doing research.